We breathe over 20,000 times a day. So why do we need to practice breathing? I'm Chris from down here at Y.E.S Fitness, Tyler Raymond, our morning coach. And although we feel breathing is just a natural thing that we do in and out all day long, never thinking about it, many of us breathe incorrectly. And breathing incorrectly affects all the systems of the body: respiratory system, musculoskeletal system, immune system, cognitive system, digestive system. All the systems in our body get affected by that. It can affect chronic disease. It can affect chronic pain. If we're not breathing correctly, we may not sleep well. We may not be able to de-stress as well as we'd like to. So breathing is a very important thing in the body that we do and we take for granted. So today I'm going to show you how to breathe correctly. And I'm going to demonstrate in an instance with Tyler here on how to breathe correctly and how it will affect your body without you even knowing. So when we breathe, we're going to have our hands right here on our ribs, okay? And when we exhale, our ribs, so our lower ribs here aren't attached because they're made to move internally and externally, not up and down. So a lot of times we breathe, we go like this. You see my shoulders raised, and that's really not what should be happening. That's not allowing the diaphragm enough space to move correctly. It should be more like this. Exhale, ribs should cave in, and inhale. Notice my hands and my ribs open up. And exhale, and inhale. So before we start every one of our exercise sessions, we do some diaphragmatic breathing. Some people take it for granted and they think it's silly and they don't do it correctly, or they do it quickly and they don't really pay attention. But what we're really trying to do is we're trying to get the body to relax. Relax the sympathetic nervous system in our body. That system, that is a fight or flight system, which won't allow the body to move correctly. So I'm going to have Tyler lie down on the ground here for me. And I'm going to show you how just with this quick 5 breaths correct will affect his movement pattern, okay? So I'm going to take Tyler's feet right in here, right about in line with his hips. I'm going to bring his knees in just about like that. I'm going to demonstrate his shoulder internal rotation. So if Tyler's just going to let his hand drop down like that, and notice how far his hand goes down. Just take note of that, right? That angle there, okay? So that's on his left side. We're going to do the same thing on his right side. So we're going to just let this hand relax down. And notice this hand doesn't go down very far, okay? Just right there. So now I'm going to have Tyler do 5 breaths correctly. So I'm going to put my hands right on his ribs to help his rib cage move internally and externally rather than up and down. So I'm going to take my hands right on Tyler's ribs here. And Tyler, I want you to inhale and push out and externally rotate. Nice long inhale. Now exhale. Cave them in long, 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 long. Now just pause that and raise your hips about 3 inches off the ground. Right about there. Now inhale again. Let's bring it out. Exhale. Long. Cave those ribs in there nice and tight. Long. Exhale. Inhale again. Long. That's 2. Exhale. Feel those caves. Rib cage caving in and out. Again. Inhale. Nice and long. Think about my hands. Inhale. Don't think about letting that chest raise, okay? 2 more. Inhale and exhale. That's it. Keep those hips up. 1 last time. And down. Good. Now just relax down. There we go. So now we're going to check his internal rotation again, okay? Just from breathing, if you noted where his hand was before, now we're going to let his hand comes down to here. Before his hand was up here. Now it's down there. Just by simply 5 breaths, we'll go to the other side. This hand was worse than the other side. So here we are. We'll just let that hand drop down. Notice the hand went down some. We didn't do any stretching. We didn't do any mobility work. We didn't do any flexibility work. All we did was breathe correctly, and it improved his internal rotation on his chest. So imagine just by just only 5 breaths, the change that we made if you were to breathe correctly all day long. So you want to try to practice that. Inhale. Have those ribs expand out, and then exhale. Cave in almost like you do in a crunch. Look for more tips from us down here at Y.E.S Fit, which will help you get fit, feel younger, and live better. Thanks for watching.